Okay. Any difficult experience that you find during your meditation retreat,
Yes.
and how you cope it?
I don't know if I coped with it really well.
Okay. Just share your experience.
Sure. I think the difficult part was sitting down for 2.5 hours straight and focusing on your breathing. I think, I'm so new to it. I'm curious about how much I can push my body. So I'm like opening my eyes and it's only 30 minutes have passed, and dealing with the emotion that comes along with that, feeling discouraged, feeling like I can't do it, and all of that was really difficult. And within 30 minutes of sitting down, the first couple of days, it was my legs. The first, another couple of days, it was feeling a sharp pain on my back, and wanting to adjust from that. So the first couple of days, it was physical that I had to kind of get through. And when I would bring it up to our teacher, he would just say "Gom yo chet," like he just said, like, don't hold on to it. It's not your body. And if you know much about the Dharma, you kind of know what he's talking about. But yeah, and so he just said, you got to just focus back on your breathing. Focus back on your breathing. I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh, like, for real? And so, but then I was able to get through the physical part, and then it became a mental game, and that was the most difficult for me. I was making every excuses in my head why I can't do this. Not necessarily why I can't, but like, oh, I'm not getting the most out of this experience anyways because my elders keep talking to me, so I'm just going to take it easy. I'm just going to this and that. And, our teacher said, you came all the way down here, you took 10 days off to meditate. You should do it. You should get the most out of your time and money. And he was right. I mean, you can't really argue with that. But it was difficult. And like I said, this was my first, and although it was being pushed on us to, like, to get the most out of the meditation, it was also expressed that for some of us who've been going to these retreats a couple of years in a row, it took them 5-6 years for them to finally be able to sit through 2.5 hours of meditation. And so I know I've got room to improve, and now that I've gone and I've experienced it, now I know what to expect and kind of prep myself up for it. I know that it's more of a mental thing for me over a physical thing, and so now I know what to improve on. But yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where you're going to a space that's designed for you to meditate, to not worry about the outside world. Those outside things could wait. So just focus on what you're here to do. And now that I'm in the real world, I mean, like, I totally get what they were talking about, because I was warned, because I was just like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to meditate. But they were like, when you're back in the real world, so many things are going to take away. And they were right. Like, all of, as much as my husband understands what I'm doing, he wants to have conversations with me. And so, I'm constantly getting pulled away. I want to go do this and go hang out with friends and wanting to, go back to doing all of these things. And that's been difficult to adjust to as well. Yeah.